and its circulation. Let us learn about the ocean waters, their circulation, and case study related with tsunami. The ocean are the largest water bodies surrounded all land masses. Seawater is always in motion. Although we live on land, yet we have a lot to do with the sea and oceans. There are three types of movements in the seawater, that is, waves, tides, and currents. What is the role of ocean? Ocean provides easy transport of people and goods from the one land to another. They supply food, minerals, and raw materials. The last and the important function is remaining. What is that? Yes, it helps to modify the climate. Waves. When the wind comes in contact with the seawater, it pushes the water of the sea surface in the direction in which it blows. Thus, water particles start moving up and down in the direction of wind, forming curls in water. These curls form a wave. Thus, waves are oscillatory movements in water particles move up and down in the direction of oscillation. A wave has two major parts. The upward part is called crest. The downward part is called trough. The vertical distance between a crest and a trough is called wave height, and the horizontal distance between two crests is called wavelength. The size and force of the sea waves depend on the velocity of the wind, duration of the blowing wind, the distance the wind covers in the open seas. Rhythmic rise and fall of seawater as regular intervals is known as tide. The gravitational pull of the sun and moon are responsible for tides. Tides are caused by the gravitational pull of the moon and to some extent by the pull of the sun, which is very far from the earth. Due to the rotation of the earth, the interval between two tides is not exactly 12 hours, but it is 12 hours and 6 minutes. Tides strike the coast at interval of 12 hours 26 minutes. The tides are of two types, high tides and low tides. On the full moon day and the new moon day, the sun, the moon and the earth are almost in the line. The sun and moon thus exert a combined gravitational pull, due to which the tides are at their highest level. This is known as spring tides. Water of the sea moves into the rivers and help the ships to enter the ports or leave the ports into the sea. Tides are also a major source of energy. India has yet to tap the tidal energy, but France and Japan has already developed tidal power station. A regular movement of the water from one part of the ocean to another is called ocean current. The ocean currents originate due to difference in density of seawater, the rotation of the earth, the planetary winds. Atlantic Ocean. In the Atlantic Ocean, to the north and south of equator, under the influence of trade winds, two currents are set in motion. One is North Equatorial Current and the other is South Equatorial Current. The North Equatorial Current travels along the north coast of South America and reaches the stream. A part of North Atlantic Drift turns southwards along the west coast of Africa, where it is called Equatorial Current. The South Equatorial Current, on reaching the coast of Brazil, where it is known as Brazilian Current. It then joins the west wind drift, a cold current in easterly direction, and then along the west coast of Africa, it is called Benguela Current. Pacific Ocean. The North Equatorial Current from the west coast of Central America reaches the Philippines Island and then turns northwards as Kuroshio Current along Taiwan and Japan. Then, under the influence of westerlies, turns eastwards as North Pacific Current, then along west coast of America as California Current from the north called Oyoshio Current joins Kuroshio near Japan. The South Equatorial Current turns southward along the coast of Australia. Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean is landlocked in the north, and ocean currents in the Indian Ocean change in response to the rhythm of the monsoons. The South Equatorial Current is known as Mozambique Current along the east coast of Africa, and further south it is called Agulhas Current, and it joins west wind drift, and then along the west coast of Australia it is known as West Australian Current. The ocean currents modify the climate. The ocean currents also influence the trade and transport. The ports and harbors remain open for transportation and trade. Summary. Usually, low tides occurring at the first and third quarter of the moon. Seawater has three types of movements: waves, tides, and currents. Ocean currents are horizontal movements of a mass of water. The ocean currents originate due to difference in density of seawater, the rotation of the earth, the planetary winds. That is all in this lesson. Enjoy the learning.